Hi Alpha, how on a day? In this video, I'm gonna be explaining to you how you can still enjoy your lovely Nigerian Guinness while still avoiding a pot belly or beer belly, like we call it. Okay. Now, why do you have a beer belly? One of the main misconception is that your your pot belly is just due to your alcoholic intake, and that's not true. That's not true at all. The reason why you have a pot belly is based on all the other things surrounding your lifestyle, and one of the main factors I would say is your diet. Okay. Now, one of the things you can do to avoid having a beer belly, be conscious of how much alcohol you're taking in, be conscious of your total intake in the span of a week. Be conscious of how much alcohol you're having in total. If you can reduce that by a couple of bottles in a couple of months and in a year, if you calculate how much you've reduced in terms of your total calorie intake, is quite a lot. Okay, so when you can minimize your alcoholic consumption. Okay, that's number one. Number two is the amount of carbs you have. As Nigerians, our diet is very carb heavy, so if you can reduce your carb intake and just be conscious of how much carbs you're taking in compared to how much calories you're burning. Okay, carb especially is the stubborn one that is hard to get rid of, and if you're someone who's not active, you need to be very conscious of how much carbs you're having. Nigeria is one of the countries with the highest number of people who are pre-diabetic and also suffer from diabetes. Okay, so if you want to avoid things like that, you need to be conscious of how much carbs you're having. And number three is your dinner time. There's this bad habit we have as Nigeria now. We've just normalized it over time of just having dinner anytime we like. You cannot be going to bed at 11 o'clock and having your dinner at 10 o'clock. Food is meant for energy. If you're not going to use the energy, you shouldn't be eating that amount of food, especially carbs. So if you're going to have dinner, try to normalize having protein and veg only for dinner and just avoid carb completely for dinner. Okay. And the fourth thing is exercising. Fitness needs to be a big part of our lifestyle. It's been a normal thing for a long time where we just enjoy ourselves, have a great time. As a Nigerian, enjoyment is is natural to us. We know how to enjoy ourselves. I'm not going to help you with that. What we don't know how to do is how to look after our body. And if you think of the phrase where they say prevention is better than cure, when you live in a country like Nigeria, there's no option. You have to prevent because there's no cure. Okay, we don't have a good healthcare system. There's no emergency services. No one is coming to help you unless you're among the 1% that can afford a good healthcare service. If you're among the 99% of Nigerians who do not have access to good healthcare, you have to prevent yourself from having serious health problems. And one of the easiest way you can have serious health problems is by having a high visceral fat. In case you don't know what visceral fat is, visceral fat is the fat around your organs. This is the bad fat. This is the one that leads to diabetes, liver problems, kidney problems, and all the other stuff you see many Nigerian people suffer from. Sometimes it's not very visible as well. So you could have someone with just a normal belly size and their visceral fat is high. And usually it's due to our carb heavy and a lot of oil in most of our meals. So if you want to enjoy your lovely Nigerian Guinness and your lovely Nigerian food while still keeping a good physique and avoiding a big belly, first thing you have to do is be aware of how much alcohol you're taking in total. Secondly, you need to be aware of your total carb intake. And thirdly, you need to be aware of what time you have your dinner. And finally, we need to start normalizing exercising. Okay, these are the four things you need to do. It's not magic. You just have to do these four things, and I promise you, you won't have a pot belly. Okay, good luck with your fitness goals. I'll catch you guys soon. Odabo.